Ever find yourself, like, wishing for a lock that could handle, like, anything? Seriously. I'm talking torrential downpours, maybe a rogue squirrel trying to break in. The usual.
Haha, right. The everyday security threats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive on a lock that claims it can handle all that and more, the ML-ASCOT. We've got the tech specs, the user manuals, oh, and a review from the lock mob. Love those locksmiths with a sense of humor.
Always a good sign. So what caught your eye first?
Honestly, it's got to be the sheer ruggedness of this thing. Like, it boasts this IP66 rating, and the specs make it sound pretty intense. Australian harsh conditions, they call it. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to break out an umbrella if there's a cloud in the sky. So IP66, put that in context for us. Just how tough are we talking?
Oh, that IP66 rating, that's not messing around.
Yeah.
It basically means this lock is ready to laugh in the face of anything Mother Nature throws at it. The IP stands for ingress protection, and that second 6 one means it can handle direct, high-pressure water jets, no matter which way they're coming from.
Okay, so forgetting to close the umbrella is the least of my worries then.
Pretty much. We're talking torrential downpours, construction site dust clouds. You could aim a power washer at this thing, and it'd probably just ask for more. This lock is built to last.
Music to my ears. And it gets even better. This thing has double-sided security. Both sides of the gate are always locked. No more, like, reaching over, hoping that latch catches.
Oh, yeah, that's huge, especially if you need that serious high security setup. A lot of those traditional gate locks, they only have that single latch, and it can be a weak point. But this takes that risk right out of the equation, gives you that extra peace of mind.
And speaking of peace of mind, let's talk tech. This thing's not just about brawn. It's got brains, too. One of the things that really got me intrigued about the ML-ASCOT is how many different ways you can unlock it. We're talking Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, although looks like you'd need a separate gateway for the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But still, PIN codes, RFID cards.
Yeah.
They even kept the good old-fashioned key option just in case. It's like the Swiss Army knife of locks.
Aha! I like that. And it really shows they put a lot of thought into the design, They wanted to make sure there was a way for everyone to use it, no matter how tech-savvy they are.
So let me get this straight. Say I'm at work, right? And my neighbor needs to borrow a cup of sugar. Instead of making them wait till I get home, I can just use my phone, send a quick Bluetooth unlock.
Exactly. Or you're going out of town, need someone to water the plants, give them a temporary PIN code, done. You get back, disable it. Easy.
No more hiding keys under that fake rock.
What about these RFID cards? They're kind of like those key cards you'd use for an office building, right?
That's it. You got it.
Yeah.
And you could set up individual ones for family members, employees, delivery people. Tons of possibilities there. It's super versatile.
Speaking of versatile, can we talk about how many people this thing can handle? It's kind of wild. Up to 250 PIN codes, 1,000 RFID cards, 300 Bluetooth sets. It's like they're challenging us to throw a massive party. Right. They were definitely thinking about both homes and businesses with this one. Rental properties, shared workspaces, or hey, maybe you do have a really big family and just need a better way to manage who gets in. Seems like this lock's got it covered.
Okay, so we've established this thing's built like a tank, comes loaded with enough tech to make Iron Man jealous. But let's get down to brass tacks here.
Yeah.
How easy is this thing to actually install? Because, full disclosure, DIY projects and we don't always get along. I'm really hoping this isn't one of those things where I need to, like, call in a professional just to get it set up.
Well, you're in luck. From what I've seen in the manual, they've really made the installation pretty painless. They actually compare it to using like a basic screwdriver, no crazy wiring, no head-scratching instructions. Sounds pretty straightforward.
Okay, see, now that is the kind of DIY project I can get behind. They definitely wanted to make this tech accessible to everyone, not just the, techie crowd.
Absolutely. And I think that's smart. Not everyone who wants to beef up their home security is going to be comfortable with a complicated setup. This makes it way easier to take control of your own security, without needing to call in an expert for every little thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of making things easy, the battery life, remember those old locks? The ones with those 9-volt batteries that always seem to die at the worst possible moment?
Oh, tell me about it. That low battery chirp was the worst,
Yeah.
especially late at night.
The worst.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the ML-ASCOT pretty much eliminates that whole headache. We're talking a full year, 12 months of battery life on this thing.
That's definitely impressive. And on top of that, they even mentioned that it gives you those handy low battery warnings so you're not caught off guard. And of course, you've always got that trusty mechanical key backup just in case.
They really did think of everything. Okay, so We've talked ruggedness, we've explored all the cool tech, we've even conquered my fear of complicated installation. But there's one last thing I got to mention about this lock that really caught my eye. And that is, well, the style.
Mm.
Because, hey, even security features have got to look good, right?
100%. They definitely didn't just focus on how well it works. This lock is meant to be seen.
Right. And they totally delivered. You've got options like satin chrome, matte black, polished chrome.
Something for every style, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're saying you can have your high-tech fortress, and it can be chic, too. Plus, that backlit keypad is a game changer. No more fumbling around in the dark, trying to find the right button.
Those little details make all the difference.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, I guess the verdict is in. This ML-ASCOT smart lock, it really does seem to have it all. It's tough as nails, packed with more tech than you can shake a stick at, has that awesome battery life, and it even manages to look good while doing it. It almost makes you wonder, with all these options, how do you even decide what your ideal setup would be? Like, do you go all in on the smart home experience or stick with the classic key? It's a tough call. But hey, that's half the fun of exploring all these cool new gadgets, right? It's all about finding what works best for you.